The play is set in the present day and in the year 2001 in Tarrytown, New York and Canton, New York. Now, on both sides of the stage, we will have a computer table. And behind one of the computer tables will be a small dining table. Center stage, a small couch, which will then later switch out for a bench, a couple scenes further on in the play. Now, as Act 1 opens, Eben sits at one computer table typing, while Kyle sits at the other table typing. Smith sits on the bench. Older Eben enters.
Eben, you made it? We all figured you were going to miss rehearsal tonight. Wouldn't blame you if you skipped rehearsal tonight with everything that's going on.
No, Smith, I need to keep busy. Keep sane.
How's your mother doing?
Well, they let her out of the hospital yesterday.
Well, that's good then.
I don't know. Like, yeah, she's home, but she's really out of it. I mean, there's like 20% to 30% of my old mother there. There are moments where she'll be pretty much herself. She'll sound sharp and with it, even if she is somewhat out of breath. But then her sentences become weird and don't make any sense.
What does she have again?
Stage 4 COPD. So she's not getting enough oxygen to her brain. God, I feel guilty saying that.
Trust me, no matter what happens in the coming weeks, you will feel guilty. You will beat yourself up. It's only natural. But you and your father are doing everything you can possibly do.
Thanks for that.
How much sleep have you been getting? Again, I know you might feel guilty about resting too much because of everything going on right now, but getting rest is essential.
No, I've been sleeping fine. Well, not last night, but for the most part.
How much sleep did you get last night?
About 2 hours. Maybe. I was just thinking a lot last night, that's all.
About your mother?
No, it just dawned on me yesterday. It's now been 25 years since I met Kyle.
Wow, Kyle. Now there's a name you haven't said in forever. You okay?
Yeah.
But it's been that long already? Seems like 5 to 10 years ago, not 25.
Thanks again for responding to my boyfriend application online. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Eben. I am 23.
And Kyle. It's nice to meet you. What do you do?
I work at Macy's in the men's clothing department. You?
I work in the computer lab at SUNY Potsdam. Where are you located?
Tarrytown.
Sleepy Hollow. You know what I have always wondered? How did the Headless Horseman see where he was going? I mean, he had no head, so he had no eyes to see with. So why wasn't he always just bumping into everything and falling downstairs and stuff?
It's me. I'm actually clumsy enough despite being able to see where I'm going.
Oh, wait. You know what? He had that seeing eye horse. So, what do you do for fun when not working?
A lot of community theater. And I sing in church choir.
Religious?
Recovering Catholic. I believe in a higher power, but I'm more spiritual than religious. But I guess I'll always have a soft spot for Catholicism. You?
Brought up Presbyterian. More of an agnostic now. I don't have a soft spot for the church my parents went to. Actually, I'm a Scientologist.
For real?
Yes, why?
No reason. I just always see it as more of a Hollywood or California thing.
Nope. Real people are Scientologists too. Look, I tried a lot of things over the years, and that's the thing that worked for me. It's not for everyone, but...
My grandmother did have a copy of Dianetics on the table in her kitchen for years when I was a kid.
Yeah. Everyone had a copy of Dianetics back then. Good book. You ever read it?
No.
I didn't tell him that I was curious and wanted to read it as a kid, but my mother and grandmother wouldn't let me.
It's a load of bullshit.
Well, that's blunt.
Grandma was never one for political correctness or mincing her words. Actually, this reminds me, when I was 4, my cousin Darla actually taught me to say shit.
Oh, your parents must have been thrilled there.
Well, They asked my grandmother to tell me to stop saying it. I seemed to be more interested in pleasing her back then than them.
Now, Evan, you must never say shit. Shit is a very, very bad word, understand? Now, if you want to say it without cursing, you must say bull before it.
Oh, sure, Ma. That's a great help.
Bullshit. See? Bullshit is not a curse word. Can you say bullshit?
I can't believe you said that, Mom.
So, what's with your username Pegasus on gay.com?
My favorite mythological character, a nickname I actually have gone by ever since I was in the Marines. He was the winged horse.
Yes, I know Pegasus. I've seen Clash of the Titans. Though in actual myth he wasn't mounted by Perseus, but Bellerophon.
Though I'm more into mounting than being mounted.
Clash of the Titans. My only complaint with that movie is Harry Hamlin is too covered up.
You saw it?
Yeah. Stupid movie, but I watched.
Hey, that's like my all-time favorite movie.
To me, it was no different from those insipid Star Wars movies.
Well, come along. I think I found a doctor who can remove that stick from your ass.
You just want to stick it up yours.
Not after it's been in yours.
So you live by yourself or with a roommate?
Awkward.
Why?
I still live at home.
Hey, that's okay. Your parents know you're gay?
Yeah, my father and I don't really talk about it. My mother is weary of me telling too many people, like coworkers and stuff, but they're both cool with it.
That's good. I wish I had that kind of relationship with my parents. They pretty much disowned me when I came out. So, who are you more like? Your mother or your father? And, you know, this is such a weird conversation to be having right now when I originally thought we'd just be cyberfucking at this point.
Boner killer. Just kidding. Well, kinda. Is this conversation boring you?
No, not at all. This is actually feeling more... I don't know. It's not where I was expecting this conversation to go right now, but I'm liking it, so continue. Who are you more like, your mother or your father?
It's a cliche, but my mother. We're both very opinionated. We both like to say things to be more open-minded, but at the end of the day, we're both convinced we're right. We both watch CNN and MSNBC religiously. We both watch the Sunday morning political roundtable shows, and will start yelling at the TV. My father agrees with us politically, but locks himself in his den so he doesn't have to listen to us as we get on our soapboxes.
There is one major difference between us, Eben.
Yeah, I am more hot-headed and liable to open my mouth before thinking. I also take things more personally than I should, and sometimes say things that are more hurtful and cruel. I sometimes go personal when debating.
Yeah, but how can you not? You're gay, so of course you take things more personally. Our right to even exist is a political issue. No, it really shouldn't be a political issue, but it is, so yes, politics is personal.
I take it you didn't vote for Bush then.
He wasn't my first choice, but yeah, I did.
You're a Republican?
I'm neither a Democrat or a Republican, really. I vote for whichever candidates I believe are the most honest, regardless of party. I voted for Bill Clinton the first time, and then I voted for Dole the next.
But he's always going on and on about God, like there's no such thing as the separation of church and state. He scares me.
Yeah, I get it, but Dick Cheney's daughter Mary is a lesbian. She's family. So I doubt the Bush administration, that Dick Cheney is a part of, is going to come after us anytime soon. I remain cautiously optimistic.
I guess. And see, here's where my mother would probably have the perfect retort, but I don't. My mother reads more. She has more facts and figures to back up an argument. She is actually a consummate debater.
Oh, no. That's okay. No. We don't need any help unloading the car. I got it.
Yeah. Just keep playing on your computer like you are.
I gotta run. You gonna be on later?
Definitely.
Evan rushes out to get more groceries. Mother and father are pulling stuff from the bags. Kyle's roommate, Alice.
Alice, you're back already?
Yeah, short day at work. Remember, I told Brenda I would work her part-time shift for her.
Right. So how was it?
Oh, customers were extra stupid today. I love when they come up to you and ask, "Are you a register?"
Oh, God.
I just stood there motionless. The customer was like, "What are you doing?" I told him, "Well, sir, you seem to think I can double for an inanimate object, so I'm just playing the part."
Amazing they haven't fired you,
Oh,
really.
please. The store manager and I have known each other since first grade. He knew from the beginning that I'm a smartass.
True.
Besides, the customer thought I was cute, so I got away with it. He gave me his number.
Are you going to call?
No, I was kind of hoping you'd write it on the wall in the men's room the next time you go to Walmart or something.
I might be wicked, but I'm not evil.
Fine. Anyway, what are you up to?
Nothing.
Oh my god! Somebody responded to your boyfriend application?
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe you put that up. Actually, no, that's not the weird part. The weird part is that you've kept it up this long.
Alice.
No. I can see putting something up like that and then taking it down the next morning and trying to act like you never did such a thing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Don't snoop on our son. Do we really want to know what he's looking at online?
What could have hurt?
Think, Lydia. Think.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to know this time?
Good.
How much stuff did you guys buy today? Is there a fallout shelter you guys are building you didn't tell me about?
If we ever build such a fallout shelter, you would be the last to know.
Kyle, look, I'm glad to see you putting yourself out there now. Think you'll meet this guy?
I don't know. I mean, there is a good rapport, but he lives with his parents.
So you can host. I'll go out.
He lives in Tarrytown, so he's like 6 or 7 hours away.
Well, that sucks.
Who knows?
And the fairy tale begins.
Hey, don't call me Fairy.
Wow, I wasn't even thinking of the double entendre there. Yay! The fairy tale about the fairy wanting to get some tail begins.
Never could quit while you were behind, could you?
Nah, I think that's something you and I have in common.
Blackout. Scene 2. A couple of months later, Kyle and Evan are watching TV.
Are you watching Celebrity Weakest Link right now?
Yeah, you?
Of course, the cast of The Brady Bunch is on tonight. You know, I was just watching that old Dark Shadows show a little while ago.
My grandmother used to love that show. She had the hugest crush on Barnabas.
I don't see the sex appeal there, really.
Neither do I.
Now, Quentin Collins, on the other hand.
Oh, yeah. By the way, when Barnabas was in his coffin for 170 years, do you think he was unconscious all that time? Because it would really suck if he was awake for all
Yeah, that would suck, but just imagine Jeannie being trapped in that bottle for 2,000
Okay,
years.
commercial break is over. The Brady's on Weakest Link.
You know, I can't believe they got Cousin Oliver on this. He was never in any of the reunion movies or series. I just assumed he was dead.
$10 says he's the first one booted off.
Wait. They're all voting, and...
Yup, I called it. Cousin Oliver is the weakest link.
Well, anyone who grew up watching the Bradys could tell you that.
And tonight on the 11 o'clock news...
Cousin Oliver throws himself from the Hollywood sign.
And Cindy will deliver the eulogy.
He was the greatest coaster ever. He lit up every room he ever walked into.
He was more than a colleague. He was family.
Truly disturbing. And what's even more disturbing? You two found each other.
Hey, you know, spring break is coming up, and I'll be off that week. I was thinking we've been doing this online thing for, what, 3 months now?
Yeah.
I could go down and get a hotel room, and we could actually meet face to face.
That'd be awesome.
I gotta sign off for now, but I'll be back in a couple of hours. It would be so cool to finally actually meet you.
Oh, shit.
Think you two will ever actually meet? Or is this just always going to be an online thing?
We're talking about meeting.
Good. It'd be nice if you could meet somebody who makes a decent living and can help take care of your aged mother in her final years.
Stop. You'll be around and a burden forever.
Joke all you want. One day, you're going to feel so guilty making those snide remarks. You never know how deeply they can cut.
You're right. I'm sorry.
You are so easy.
Burden! Burden! Anyway, Kyle and I are talking about meeting because, as you know, he works at a college, so he's off for
That's
spring
good.
break.
It's about time the two of you actually met face to face. I don't want to tell people my son is dating a computer. So, when during spring break are you guys planning on meeting?
Well, the weekend. We would get a hotel and...
Wait, Easter? As in Sunday? Easter Sunday?
Yeah, Easter Sunday. Easter.
You are not going to be somewhere else when we are having Easter dinner. But nothing! What would you think of Eben not being here for Easter dinner?
Is he planning on moving out between now and then?
No.
Figured as much. Then you're going to be here on Easter dinner.
It's just the three of us, like every year. Not like I have any grandparents who are still alive. Not like it's a big event with aunts and uncles and cousins. We could do Easter dinner any night.
It's a tradition. Case closed.
Eben storms off. We hear his feet stomping up the stairs and the loud slam of a bedroom door.
Can you believe him? What?
I just remembered when we were young and in love. You were so sweet and innocent, Catholic schoolgirl, walking all over town in your jumper and patent leather shoes. So cute.
Oh, stop. I hated the way the boys would look at me when I wore that.
It looked, you know, like, for a teenage boy, that is like the forbidden
Howard,
fruit.
seriously, you need to stop. I could see fetishizing the way Midge dressed.
Midge, your sister?
Yes. Why are you looking at me that way?
She was pretty, but not my type.
Midge was very popular with
No
the boys.
surprise there, really. I mean, with her Angora sweaters and those short shorts.
Oh, you noticed her then.
It's hard not to notice someone advertising
So,
like that.
if you hadn't met me or had been dating me...
I can't believe this.
Believe what?
Are you seriously getting jealous
I
right now?
am not getting jealous.
I told you, Midge wasn't my type.
Mom always called her the pretty one.
Well, in case you didn't notice, I'm not your mother.
I remember the first time I put on my Catholic schoolgirl uniform. I felt so mature and adult. I left for school that first day with my head held high. I was proud. And then this guy, my parents' age, catcalled me. I was in 3rd grade. 3rd grade! And this pig who's supposed to be an adult was sexualizing me? I felt so awkward walking to school every morning after
You're
that.
kind of straying off topic. I mean, do you remember why you went to a Catholic all-girls school?
Yes, Mom and Dad wanted me to be a nun. Their get into heaven free card.
They never did forgive me for taking you away from all that. And look where we are now.
I guess.
And remember when my boss from the deli said I couldn't get off for the prom?
You quit.
And we went to the prom. We were the center of attention that night.
Yes, the good little Catholic schoolgirl and the pagan who took her away from all of
The
that.
knight in shining armor that saved you from all of that.
You keep telling yourself that
But the
one,
point I'm making here is, do you really want to be the person who's standing in the way of young love?
No.
Okay, I've been thinking, and I get it. I really do. Family dinner, religious holiday, tradition, blah, blah.
Eben, you really should get a job writing for Hallmark. Blah, blah, blah.
Anyway, how about I spend Saturday night with Kyle at the hotel and then come home for Easter dinner on Sunday?
That sounds reasonable.
That'd work.
Thank you. Thank you both so much.
Wait. What will Kyle be doing while you're here having Easter
Staying
dinner?
at the hotel, I guess. I don't know.
That doesn't seem right. Invite him over to Easter dinner.
Seriously?
Yeah, I can make you both Easter baskets.
No.
Oh, come on, let me.
Absolutely not.
You don't want me to make you a basket anymore?
No, I still want one.
But it'll be cute for my two boys.
No. Nothing over the top.
Fine.
Promise?
Yes.
Good.
You're going to do it anyways, aren't
No,
you?
I promised Eben I wouldn't. And I won't. I'll get Kyle one of those giant coconut eggs instead.
But that's what I'll
give you 2 giant coconut eggs this year, then.
Okay.
Blackout. Scene 3. It is now a week before Easter. A bench is now in place of the couch. Smith sits on the bench.
It is now 4 a.m. I have not slept. There is something I need to tell you which could change everything. I know you are singing with your choir at that Lenten cantata tonight, so don't read this until after that. And then I want you to take 2 days to think before you respond. I hope you will still be willing to meet with me after you have read this, but I totally understand if you don't. And please don't discuss this with anyone else, because I want to know that if we do meet, it is entirely your decision. And I'm sorry to spring this on you like this, but I have AIDS.
Smith?
Wow, Eben. You taking a break from your online affair to finally return your best friend's phone call. How big of you?
I know you pride yourself on being a postmodern wicked queen, but...
No, bitch. I am totally maleficent. I like the horns.
Yes, I know, although I've always found your fangs to be your most striking feature. Look, I need to talk. Like, really. I cannot go to my parents with this one.
I'm here for you. What's wrong?
Well, I'm on my way to work. Then there's a cantata at 7 o'clock. Can we meet for a late dinner after that?
Sure thing. You okay? How'd the choir thing
I
go?
can see why Kyle told me not to read his email until after it was done. There I was standing on the first row, dead center of the tenor section. We were singing the second song of the evening, all about Jesus' followers passing the bread and wine around the table as Jesus tells them to eat and drink to remember him. I lost it. I couldn't move my lips. No sound came out. I just stood there frozen, crying.
See, this is why I don't do things like that.
I just assumed since you were fathered by Satan, you weren't allowed in churches.
Bitch. I will have you know I've been to some churches in my day. You know that evangelical church in Ossining?
You went to an evangelical
Well,
church?
it wasn't one at the time. For a brief period, like 15 years ago, it was a bar. A gay bar on the third Friday of every month.
You know when people say we're just confused? Maybe that's why. The third Friday of every month? Seriously?
Anyway, I went down on a guy there.
Of course you did.
So every time I pass by that place on the way to work, I just think, yeah, I sucked cock where you now have an altar.
Classy. You are aware I will be telling that story at your funeral, right?
I wouldn't have it any other way. So, are you still going to meet Kyle? I mean, it might not be what you expected it to be, but you guys could just hang out. You don't have to have sex.
I know. I mean, sex is definitely off the table now.
My husband had AIDS and we still had sex. I can understand if you decide not to, but I don't know. This is a tough one.
Funny. When I go on dates, I always use a condom in case the guy has it. Now, I'm going to be with someone who actually has it. So, really, is it any different than the worst case scenario of my average date? Yeah, my average date, I don't obsess over such things. I don't even think about it, really. I mean, even putting a condom on, it's not on my mind at all.
So you're going to meet him then?
Hey, I had an idea. How about that night he comes down, we meet you when you get out of work for dinner, we can go to that place that has brick oven pizza and take some of the edge off.
Sure thing.
Oh, and don't say anything to him that would make him aware I talked to you about any of this.
Of course. Gonna tell your parents?
No. Do I ever tell them anything?
More than most people, actually.
Blackout. Scene 4. Easter weekend. Mother is sitting at the dining room table, sorting through the mail. Alice is at Kyle's computer. The bench now remains where the couch was at the start of the show. A bed is now behind said bench. Now the bed is supposed to be the bed from the hotel where Kyle has reservations for the weekend.
So it's the big weekend, eh?
Wow, I'm not even gone yet, and you're at my computer acting like the whole place is yours.
Oh, Kyle, I'm sorry. But it is. Didn't you get the memo?
Cute.
Anyway, have fun this weekend. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna imagine that you're doing something less, I don't know. I just got an image in my head that I totally didn't need to see.
Well, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Well, wait. Bad choice of words. My little boy is going off now too. Wow,
Mom, really?
I'm just gonna have to imagine you're going to a rock concert with a bunch of friends in a van, and you're all staying at a friend's aunt's house or something.
Going to sleep in the van parked in an empty parking lot somewhere.
Not funny.
Oh, crap. Maybe I should bring my bong.
That's it! You're rotten! Rotten to the core!
I'll call you tomorrow before we head over.
No, I'll call you.
Yeah, right.
So, Eben and Kyle exit the stage on opposite sides, stage left and stage right. We hear the sounds of a hotel lobby. Eben enters again and moves down stage center. He begins pacing nervously and checking his watch. Kyle's running late. Very late. Kyle enters.
Fuck, Evan, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I'm late.
I was worried. I've been waiting in the hotel lobby for almost an hour now. I was afraid you weren't going to show.
I wouldn't do that to you. I got lost on that roundabout thing.
Oh my god. Yeah, they used to have a simpler traffic circle there. Then some genius decided we need one of those roundabouts.
It's good to meet you.
You don't mind meeting my friend Smith for dinner tonight, do you?
No, not at all. I came here to meet you and see your world, so...
Room 69.
It'd be funny if that was our room. But, here we are, our room. Room 70. So, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom and then we can head out. Okay, Eben, I'm ready to... Eben? Eben? But he said he was worried I was going to stand him up.
I wish we could just stay in tonight.
Well, Smith is your friend, you know.
Yeah, well, the bank closed like 10 minutes ago. I guess we should head over to pick him up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Blackout. Scene 5. Eben is holding the steering wheel. You see, the three are supposed to be in the car. Smith has been rambling on and on for a while now.
And so I had stopped going to Dorothy's clubhouse after Frank died.
Dorothy's Clubhouse?
Local gay bar named after B. Arthur's character on The
It
Golden
was
Girls.
named after Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, you twat.
I know, but it really could go either way.
I'm not a fan of anything that can go either way.
Now, I don't think we need to spring it on Kyle that you're biphobic.
So are you.
I'm not. Unlike you, I had a high school girlfriend.
Really? So, tell me, did you, make the beast with two backs?
No, but we did go to third base.
Yeah, gross.
Nobody needs to hear shit like that.
Well, I actually had a fiance while I was a Marine.
What state? Where do they have gay marriage? Or are you talking about civil unions? I mean, I referred to Frank as my husband, but we...
No. I mean a fiance as in bridezilla or fish.
Frank had an ex-wife.
First time I ever went to Dorothy's clubhouse was after I first came out. As soon as I entered, there was an older man behind the bar who shouted out, "Show me your pee-pee!" Almost scared me back into the closet. My 5th time there, though, I did flash it upon entering.
I used to go to a bar near Potsdam. Every Saturday night, I would put on a curly red wig. This was during my very brief drag phase. And I would lip sync, "The sun'll come out tomorrow."
Oh my God. I remember when my mother took me to see the movie version of Annie when I was a kid.
That's okay. I wasn't telling a story
Oh,
already.
good. I was worried maybe you were telling one. So I loved the movie. When I was 5 or 6, I asked my mother to go get me an Annie locket, and she did. Her best friend got on her case about how wrong that was, but Mom didn't care.
I think I'm going to like your mother.
Every weekend, I would torture my parents and my grandparents and aunts and uncles and cousins doing a production of it in the basement. I played every role until I found a strawberry shortcake doll at a yard sale. Then she became Annie, and I just played Daddy Warbucks, Mrs. Hannigan, and Punjab.
Punjab? Yeah, that's racist. Anyway, Frank and I used to always go to Dorothy's clubhouse together. He was into all the Leatherman contests and knew all the drag queens. I was just worried going would bring back too many memories. And then Eben actually got me to go there one time for my birthday. And I realized it's possible to go someplace like that and create new memories.
I hear you there.
I was dating a guy 12 years my junior a couple years ago. Funny. That's like the age difference between you two, right?
Yeah.
We were walking through the city one day. We'd been dating for 3 or 4 months. I hadn't told Anthony about Frank. Anyway, there was a saxophone player playing Frank's favorite song, so it got to me.
I remember this. This was a painful experience for you, wasn't it? Why don't we move on to another topic?
No, I'm fine now. Really, I got kind of teary-eyed. Anthony wanted to know what was wrong, so I told him. We'd been holding hands up until this point. He pulled his hand away from me, as if I was a leper and wouldn't look at me.
The asshole.
About an hour later, he was ready to talk. Though still not able to look at me right away, I apologized about 100 times. He eventually said, "Oh, I'm not upset for me, I'm worried for you." I kept pointing out I had been tested numerous times and Frank had been dead for almost a decade. Eventually, Anthony looked at me and took my hand.
I'm sorry, he still sounds like an asshole. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but I mean...
No, it's fine. Anthony was, in fact, a total fucking asshole.
Eben.
No, the little shit cheated on you and broke your
Yeah,
heart.
he was a lot younger and less experienced
Oh
than I.
my God, you're still making excuses
I mean,
for him.
I know it ended badly, but I don't know. When you reach my age, you just assume that somebody in your current partner's past was or is HIV positive.
Wait, how old are you?
37.
Wow, almost the same age. I'll be turning 36 next month.
Well, happy early birthday then. So where was I? Oh, right. When I turned 30, I was shocked in a way. So many of my friends at that point had died, I never expected to reach that age. But Anthony was from a different generation, one where the AIDS crisis was ancient history, as relevant as Princess Grace of Monaco was to Eben.
She died when I was an infant. I have no recollection.
Exactly my point. I can't tell you how many guys I knew back in the day who abstained from sexual intercourse for the better part of 15 years, afraid of what they might catch. Anthony was part of the after Ellen generation, as I like to call it. When I told him about Frank, I had forgotten about this.
So you like chicken then?
Not really. Not usually anyway. It was awkward when we went on our first date. He mentioned he had class the next day.
Wait, what?
That's exactly how I responded. But he was in college and only 19 at the time. I almost didn't return his call the next day. Of course, it didn't help that a certain friend of mine kept referring to him as the child.
Gee, I wonder what kind of a monster would do such a thing.
Eben, you shouldn't pick on your friend so much. I mean, that's mean.
Thank you, Eben. I think I like your boyfriend more than I like you.
So now, Smith, when you used to have kids over to the Neverland Ranch...
Well, here we are. The bank.
Okay, guys, it's been fun. Have a good night. Oh, did I tell you about...
Get out! It's after 10 p.m.
Okay.
he seems nice.
Yeah, the older brother I never knew I never wanted.
How'd you two meet?
He was my choir director in South Pacific. I had come out to my parents about a year earlier, but other than that, I was still closeted. I was afraid to come out. It was around the same time as Matthew Shepard.
Yeah, I can see why you were scared to come out to too many people then.
Smith is 10 years my senior. He had been through a lot, but still was friendly and outgoing. He also seemed to grasp the fact that I needed basically a mentor figure, I guess. And that is exactly what he became. I never felt judged, even for being somewhat closeted still, and I felt safe.
Well, that's cool.
Soon, I didn't care if anyone saw us talking or hanging out. I didn't care what anyone thought. Thus began a new chapter in my life, one where I no longer felt the need to pretend to be someone else. A huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders.
You told him about my HIV status, didn't you?
Look,
It's obvious the way he acted when he talked about his husband who died.
I'm so sorry. I didn't.
No, hon, it's okay. I'm glad you have someone to talk to. And considering what he's been through, it would be odd for you not to have told him.
Thank you. Oh, did I tell you I'm going to New York City this fall doing volunteer work at a film festival?
Really? That's cool. How'd that happen?
A friend from college works for a company that runs it every year. September 16th, I go down.
Oh, gee, hon. I hope it takes you a lot faster to go down than that. Careful.
That's why I brought rubbers.
Alright, so, blackout. Scene 6. The morning after.
So dinner will be around 3. Ralph and Mavis will want to stop by for dessert tonight. Would that be alright?
Yeah, but they don't know I'm gay. Well, they probably suspect, but...
We'll just say Kyle's a friend of yours from school then.
Okay, that works. I guess we'll get there around 2:10 then.
So, how's it going?
Good, I guess.
Is he there right now?
He's in the bathroom taking a shower.
So? And... do you think he might be the one?
No, probably not.
You two are getting along, aren't you? You don't have to stay there if you don't want to.
I'll talk to you about it after he leaves tomorrow. He's coming out of the bathroom. Talk to you later. You don't want to turn the TV up first?
No, this is fine.
Last night, the government of North Korea proclaimed to the world that it had conducted a nuclear test.
It's nuclear!
We reaffirmed our commitment to a nuclear-free Korean Peninsula.
He is the leader of the free world. Why the hell does he always say nuclear? Nuclear!
Dang, I forgot you warned me last night not to leave the TV tuned into CNN or any station that might have a news broadcast.
And all of us agree that the proclaimed actions taken by North Korea are unacceptable.
Okay. The TV is off. Breathe. Just breathe. Nuclear. Nuclear. There, I said it. Nuclear. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm afraid you are going to need to be punished, and this is going to hurt me a lot more than it's going to hurt you.
Really? You're going to teach me a lesson?
Well, first, I think we need to get you out of this ridiculous bathrobe.
Blackout. Now scene 7. So father and Kyle are in the middle of a conversation while sitting on the couch, which is back because we are now in the living room. Eben stands by the couch.
So, you're a Simpsons fan then?
Yes, sir. You?
I never miss it.
So, what did you think of the principal and the pauper?
Not a highlight, really. No.
Evan, why don't you watch The Simpsons?
I still do, once in a while. I mean, I always make a point to watch the Halloween episodes.
Happy Easter, boys! I hope it's not inappropriate for me to give you this egg.
No. I mean,
Wow.
Hey, Evan, can you help me in the kitchen?
I don't know. Can I?
Evan, I've been teaching high school English for 15 years, and trust me, that was never funny. Not in the slightest.
So, he's cute.
Yeah, he is.
And he seems like a very nice person.
Okay, yes. Yes, he is. I knew you didn't really need help. You never have needed help in the kitchen.
So he's cute. He's nice. Seems like he's really into you.
No, we're not getting into this right now with him in the very next room.
Oh my God, he's
Again,
sick.
we are not getting into this right now.
Understood. Dinner's ready.
Evan is always acting like his mother and I are conspiring against him. But the truth is, we just want what's best for him, you know?
Gee, hon, is this true?
Careful. I can punish you when you get back to the hotel.
Oh, yes. Just what every parent wants to
I
hear.
cannot believe you would say that in front of your parents. You know, in all fairness, Eben is always speaking very highly of the two of you.
I was lying, obviously.
Well, I certainly am glad the two of you met. You know, Kyle, since the two of you started chatting or whatever it is you do online, Eben has stopped going to that godforsaken, seedy dive Dorothy's Clubhouse.
Stop it. It's not a godforsaken, seedy dive.
No.
You've never ever been there. So stop judging.
Okay, so you're telling me that it's a nice bar, a nice place where your mother could go and get a drink and just relax
Only
then?
if you wanted to see me drop dead from fright.
So you admit that I'm right then? Yes!
Actually, no. On a Saturday night on the main floor, it's pretty tame.
And what if I went on a Sunday night instead?
Mom, can you pass the mashed potatoes, please?
No. I'm not dropping this. So what happens there on a Sunday night?
Can you believe all the stuff I won tonight in X-rated bingo?
I had forgotten what a Sunday night was like at Dorothy's.
Come on, relax. You know, you might have won a game or two if you had gotten more than one bingo card
Can
to
we
play
just drop
on.
the subject now? I need to try somehow, some way to get the image I just saw out of my head. And I don't know how I'm going to do that.
You know, I offered to give you one or two of my extra cards.
No, that's fine. I didn't want any of those cards seeing the way you degraded yourself to get them.
Oh, please. I certainly did not degrade myself.
Get an extra card for each article of clothing you are willing to remove while you play.
Well, if you got it, flaunt it.
I really thought you would just remove your shirt. Maybe strip down to your underwear.
Not wearing any.
I just never imagined you would.
So what happens there on a Sunday night?
Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever been there on a Sunday night. I think they're closed then, actually. Now, can you pass the mashed potato?
I don't know. Can I?
Good callback, honey.
Doors open. Come in. How did you get off Easter Sunday?
How was it?
Quiet, for the most part. Know what the worst part of working Easter Sunday is, though?
What?
The few customers you get are the type of customers who come shopping on an Easter Sunday.
At least the store closed early.
Yes. And those last 15 minutes, that's when everyone decided to come in shopping. I had one woman who could hear just fine until I said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, we're closing in 5 minutes." Then all of a sudden, she's Helen Keller. What's wrong?
My brother is deaf, so
Oh, shit! That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry.
it's okay. Just brings back memories of when we were kids and people made fun of him.
What are you playing on the computer?
Duke Nukem.
Oh, yeah. That's politically correct.
So did you see the president's latest speech on TV?
Oh, no.
Don't get me started on that. Wait, did you vote for him?
No.
Good. I mean, what an idiot. And people act like, oh, how can you all hate him? The things that he is doing, I mean, at least he's just the village idiot. His heart might be in the right place. At least he might think his heart is in the right place. But he is surrounded by such evil, horrible people. It makes my blood boil!
I am so tired of people making fun of our president. He talks simply, but he has a folksy charm, you know?
Janet, I don't vote. The system is broken. None of them give a flying fuck about any of us. Democrat, Republican, whatever.
But it's not an easy job. Can you imagine the press covering your every move? Your every word? We'd all be screwing it up left and right.
True. True.
It's not a job I would want, I tell you that.
The one thing I will say for this country is the people have always voted for the right man at the right time. Even when I didn't vote for the person who'd won, the voice of the people was heard. And whoever was elected turned out to be the right man for the job at the time he was elected.
Even Nixon?
Yes, even Nixon. But this man, this Bush, he wasn't elected by the people.
He was appointed.
Exactly. He didn't win the popular vote. Hell, we don't even know if he won the Electoral College vote from all the shenanigans in Florida. So, here we are, stuck with a man who was not selected by the people. Indeed, very likely someone who will be proven to have been the wrong man for the job at this time. It's an unprecedented moment in our country's history.
See? Now do you see where I get it
Kyle,
from?
there are many times where I just go sit in the garage, blare the music a little bit, and wait for them to calm down. Because you do not know the hell it is to watch the news with these two.
Oh, no, I think I can imagine.
Blackout. Lights come back up. Eben, father, mother, and Kyle are sitting at the table looking at photo albums.
And there's Eben drinking his first beer.
Weirdest baby photo ever.
Eben was like 2. The phone rang.
So I went to go answer it.
Next thing I know, he's grabbing the bottle and taking a chug of it.
Tell me, Eben, is there a history of alcoholism in your family?
You drank 3 beers yesterday. I don't want to hear it.
Haha. And here's the picture immediately after of Eben spitting it all out.
Yeah, I walked into the room, and there's my son, Eben, looking like Old Yeller. Ready to put him out of his misery.
Speaking of old dogs, photo of McDuff.
My grandmother's dog.
We went to pick a dog as a birthday present for my mother. Eben was 4 years old. Anyway, that dog ran up to Eben, and they connected immediately. So that was the dog that we got from my mother.
When Grandma died, Macduff came to live with
The most
us.
expensive pet I ever owned. Thousands of dollars went into the dental work and all sorts of things.
Dog died about a year later.
Still one of my favorite pets.
How'd the dog die?
We went away every summer to go camping in Maine.
It was our version of camping. A 34-foot trailer. We had a TV and a VCR in the living room. Another TV and VCR in the bedroom.
A computer in the hall closet.
Oh, really roughing it then.
Yeah. I didn't like the idea of spending all the summers here, you know, running into my students all the time.
Anyway, we had to winterize the trailer, and that dog hated traveling in the car. So we had my friend Mavis. She and her husband will be here very soon. We had her coming to look after the dog. Anyway, she let Macduff out into the backyard. And a few minutes later, Macduff had curled up and died peacefully in her sleep.
I just wish I had been home.
There's a knock at the door.
Oh, Kyle. These are friends of ours, Ralph and Mavis. Ralph and Mavis both worked with my husband at the school. This is Eben's friend from college, Kyle.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir.
Sir? What branch of the military did you serve in?
Marines. How did you know?
My brother was in the Air Force. He had a hard time shaking that sir thing, as well as adjusting back to civilian life.
So what did or do you guys do at the school?
I teach math.
Yeah, that was my best subject in school.
My worst. I have like a 4th grade level of knowledge of math.
I am sure you're not that bad at math.
No. I had him as a student. Trust me, he was bad at math.
And I teach 9th grade history, a subject Eben was very good in.
Thank you.
So Kyle, what do you do?
I work in the computer department at SUNY Potsdam.
Good, good. So you finished college then?
Yes.
Eben didn't. He got like halfway through.
I'm just taking a break.
Relax! My niece took a break from college, and she's fine. She's a store manager at a Foot Locker now.
So she never went back to school, I take it?
No. Looking at old family photos.
Yes, I was just hearing the story of McDuff.
Oh my god, that poor dog. Again, I'm so sorry.
It's fine, Mavis.
I mean, you had told me she never climbed stairs, so honestly didn't know the risks.
Wait, what?
I would never have let the dog stay outside by herself for so long if I had known. I figured she'd rather be outside in her yard than cooped up in the house. So I went home to do a few things before I went back to feed her dinner.
What's this about climbing?
Her climbing up your pool deck.
Wait, seriously? What the fuck here?
Kinda didn't tell Eben the whole story here.
Yeah, to soften the blow.
Oh, good going, Mavis.
Well, it was years ago. Eben could handle the truth now, don't you think?
No, absolutely not.
Wrong, absolutely yes.
McDuff climbed up on the pool deck.
I am so sorry.
Well, really, the dog never climbed stairs. So I would have done the same thing, really. How long was she left alone for?
2 or 3 hours.
Well, maybe not that long.
She must have jumped or fallen into the pool and she got stuck behind the ladder.
And drowned.
Mom, Dad, you knew about this?
Yes. Again. A white lie.
Sorry.
No, I can see why you lied.
It was awful at the school. Everyone jokingly calling Mavis the dog killer for years after that.
I still do.
No, they stopped calling me that and just started calling me the pet killer the following December. Our daughter got to keep her class's pet hamster the following winter recess. The hamster was pregnant.
Oh, shit, I can see where this is going
The
already.
hamster gave birth and then ate all her babies.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
You gonna be okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Oh, Lydia, guess who Mavis bumped into the other day at ShopRite?
Oh, the Talbots.
Does she still have that horrible haircut?
Yes, and you won't believe what the Talbots have been up to recently. Oh my gosh, and she just...
How are you holding up?
Fine.
You know, it's totally understandable what your parents did here.
I know, absolutely. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna milk this for a while. My mother always has been the queen of the guilt trips. Now, it's my turn.
No offense, but I think you would only be princess of the guilt trips on your best day.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me here. I wanted to take your hand before and comfort you, but you gave me that look.
I don't know if Mavis and Ralph have figured out my deep, dark secret yet. Easier to just keep them guessing.
Yes, I get that, but you know, they're inside right now, not looking out here, so... Can I hold your hand now?
Yes, please.
Blackout. End of Act 1.